Okay, you guys, I'm gonna try this one more time. And after this, if it doesn't really work, I guess I'll shoot it offline. I'm so sad. And it's not the Wi-Fi connection, it's YouTube. I can't shoot it on my phone um, because we don't have enough subscribers for me to shoot live from mobile. I guess it'll stream on mobile if we're live here. So as you guys come back in, say hi. I'll just start from the reading again. I'm not sure, I can troubleshoot later. I just want to be able to give you all your reading at the time we say we're going to do it, right? Yeah, it's YouTube, so it's not me. Our Wi-Fi connection is totally cool and fine. And I'm just going to try again. So hopefully you guys can gather back in, say hi when you get in here so I know that you're here. And we'll give it another whirl just from the beginning of the tarot. And we're just at the beginning of it anyhow, so that's okay. So this is a little crazy to me. Bummer. So let's give a minute or two to see if you guys can hop back in. I'm so sad. Well, we'll get it going here in a minute. Me and YouTube, we are fighting a little bit. I don't want to fight with YouTube. I love YouTube. I love being able to meet with you guys live. Okay, let's just give it a moment or two, and then I'll start again. Let's do the best we can, right? That's all we can really do. Hi, Katie. Hi, Paula. No, it's not the internet. It's like my Wi-Fi is fine. It's YouTube, and it's giving me alerts from YouTube that it's disconnected, so I don't know why. So we'll troubleshoot it on the other end. Try to. Otherwise, we do these on Instagram, but then they don't get saved. Okay, let's try again. And then it's showing 3 of you all in the comments, but only 1 in the counter. I don't know. Let's try one more time. Okay. Okay, so I already dealt the cards for the week. This is for Monday, May 6th through Sunday, May 12th. The very beginning card of the week, and this is the theme of the week that we're dealing with. This is the overall energy of the week. And then it also gets more specific to Monday, Tuesday, because the 5 card kind of weans through the week. So first card of the week, this is a major arcana card. It's strength. This is the major arcana cards have to do with our karma, with our soul progression, with us as a collective. These are the bigger energies. This is like broad spectrum strategy, right? This is not typically the day-to-day level stuff. So the strength card in this deck is interesting and different. It's dark, so it's still in that hiding new moon energy. We need to integrate a lot of downloads at this point. She's holding the deer in this deck, which is very different from a classical deck of protecting it. Denotes feminine energy. Deer are, capable of getting out of things very gracefully, beautiful footwork. They're not a threat to anyone because they're herbivores. So this is about embracing the lunar quality, the feminine quality, intuition, being quiet, in order to come out with this softness, about protecting the softness, and really being able to step into your heart-centered path soon, right? And so the strength card typically in a traditional deck is a female who's with a lion, and it's about us taming our inner fire, our inner magic, and really getting on a heart-centered path and putting ourselves out there, stepping into our true place, into the sun, into the heart-centered path, into the path that isn't analytical, that doesn't completely make sense, but is our heart's calling. And by being brave and stepping into our heart-centered path, then we're thusly rewarded. So there's a bit of a holdback at the beginning of this week, still hunkering down, still being quiet, still nurturing ourselves and protecting ourselves, and then getting ready to go out on the path when the sun rises. The whole thing, that there's a rebirth business about this as well. That's a big yes. In some decks it's an 8. This one it's an 8. That's the number of empowerment. In other decks it's an 11, which is the most psychic of numbers, very ordained by the gods, so to speak. So it's a beautiful starting point that makes complete sense to me, off of this new moon energy. Then we move into another major arcana card, which I love this. Okay, and this is kind of, hi Claudie. So then we move into, next steps for this week. Next best steps for our highest and greatest good. This is the Fool. This is the very beginning of the major arcana. So remember that the major arcana cards are big stories. I remember last week I said this is the ending of, because we had the World card last week. I mean, it's like so literal in our readings. Like, this is the ending of a book. It's not just the ending of a chapter, and we're getting ready to start like a whole new series or a web series or a TV show. Like, we're starting brand new things. And so this is the next step this week. And you can look at this card, as a, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because energies are blurred and it kind of, slur into one or another. Hi, Becky. And so our next best steps for our highest and greatest good is a new beginning. This is a new adventure. And in Alice in Wonderland, her adventure is to follow the white rabbit. Well, the symbolism of following your white rabbit is, what is the crazy thing that catches your eye? What are the crazy things that you hear that only interest you? What's the story you need to know the follow through on? And so this is about following, again, your true heart-centered path that may look whimsical and weird and really off to the rest of the world, but you're like, there's no way I can't do this. I get one lifetime that I remember this 3D incarnation and the journey. I'm going to take the leap. So the Fool also is the card of, standing at the precipice and you're like, but what if I fall, and it's like, but oh my dear, but what if you fly? So there is a risk involved. With no risk, there is no reward. So you will be asked to risk something either in real life, making choices to leave relationships or situations, career paths, or just mentally take a divergent path of, I don't usually function this way, but I'm going to have faith and go down this route this time so that there's a new adventure, okay? Then the biggest steps towards our highest and greatest good this week. This is really interesting. 7 of Swords. So now we're into, the minor arcana, which is like day-to-day practices. This really has a lot to do with how we function day-to-day. Like, what are the habits and the tactics and how we deal with people. Swords are about intellect, human thought process, and our words and our subconscious programming. So the next biggest steps for our highest and greatest good this week, and that can be midweek-ish, right? So this is more into the Cancerian energy midweek. The 7 of Swords, it's asking us to stop with manipulative behavior. That's the baseline of it. Don't be passive aggressive. Don't hide stuff. Don't sit on stuff. Don't, brew on things. You got something to say, you need to say it. Something doesn't sit right, say it. You need to get something back from somebody, because there's this whole thing about him like stealing swords, like he's like snuck in and like stolen the ones that he believes belong to him, right? And so there's this idea of things that belong to us, where if we're in there taking something, we're not allowing divine spirit, divine timing, and the universe to orchestrate, things that are bigger and better than we could have ever imagined. So when we try to control things too much, that inhibits divinity and magic in our lives. So there's a very fine line. The basic of this card is to just ditch the passive aggressive behavior. You want something, go ask for it. You want something, go work for it. You want something, go do it. You don't like the way somebody's treating you, then really communicate that in very clear words, and in a very clear way. Here's my boundary. I didn't like this for this reason. I feel this way. You may not understand that it affects me this way, and I understand that I'm responsible for my feelings, but you're also responsible for your actions. So I'm going to give the 50% to you and go deal with my 50%. All right? So don't go trying to manipulate situations in particular this week. Anymore really is the big call. The big call is to stop doing weird things behind the scenes. Be upfront, be vocal, be clear. Okay. Assets to the situation. I love this little card. So here we are at 3 of Wands. So minor arcana, day-to-day things. I love the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands, especially in this deck, it's like he's launched the ships. The ships are sailing. Now there's nothing to do but wait until they come back. So the assets to this week is that you have put work in. In this deck, it's similar to the Chariot. You're just going to wait for things to come through and have the best focus and mindset and expectations of it. You packed those ships. It took months, years to get all the supplies, to get the funding, to send them on whatever journey you're going to send them on. And you've happily sent them off and you're just checking the clock now. It's just a matter of timing. And I think this is really, yeah, it's timing. It's about divine timing. Things that you have just, worked on and worked on and toiled on and toiled on. It's going to come back sooner than you think now. So it's got to be patience and time. Wands are about bravery and courageousness. They are firepower. So this is magic and creativity. Traditional reading of the Three of Wands card is vision. Be really clear about your vision. What do you want? And here we circle back to Taurus energy. What do you want? What do you want to show up in this 3D life? And so you just need to be clear about it in the mind's eye, knowing that our visions are made with our own two hands. It is about effort. It's equal effort and equal allowance for magic and divine spirit to assist, support, and intervene with things. So, there's ships, right? They're in the ocean. There's an emotion of ocean there and psychic messaging. So again, Mercury's moving into Taurus. Be connected to messaging and being able to hear, which means more quiet time, more hunkering down, maybe a little more hiding time, and definitely be consistent with your meditation time this week. If you know how you most commonly get your messages, make sure you're putting yourself in that place more often than not. Mine can be in the bath and on the mat, like that moving meditation thing. If you're just moving and your brain's not, like, things can pop in and out, or in water tends to work really well for me also. So just make sure you're putting yourself in those places so that you can have those moments to hear what needs to be heard. The outcome of this week, I think this one's funny. And I think this was our card of the month or of the new moon. So your monthly, your new moon reading over at unicornwellness.studio. There's a reference to this one in one of those two, but I can't remember which one. Outcome of the week is Page of Wands. And he's so funny in this deck too, right? Because this is like Aries in a nutshell. Like, this is firepower. So the Page of Wands is new at learning how to use this firepower. How do I manifest? Where do I point this thing? What do I have to say? Is it, it's like learning how to wield your magic. And so the page is young and thinking, and this card in particular, this little lizard thinks it's going to make it all the way across the desert in one day. It's very Aries. And it's like, dude, you need some water, and you need to rest, and you need to stop, and you need something over your head so your skin doesn't burn. So the end of this week can have us feeling, I am ready to go. Like, I've got my messages, I've got my clarity, I am going to just run. And it's like, it can be a little bit of this. And this card says, hey, wait up. In this deck in particular, it says, just wait. Yes, you have the inspiration. You have the enthusiasm. You've got the clarity now. Now, please go pack extra supplies, and then you'll be on your way, right? So this is towards the end of the week. The spirit in which to move through this week, I think this is such a beautiful thing. This is sacred, okay? Whenever this card comes up, it's really about reminding us that we have sacred agreements in the cosmos. Like, we agree to certain things in this 3D incarnation and in this lifetime. And the things that are happening, we have agreed to. We have agreed to wait for them. We have agreed to have them come right away. So know that the things going on in your life are sacred agreements. They're not random. They are not by chance. The people that you're meeting, especially right now, have some major parts to play in your karma, and you for them. So make sure that you're showing up in sacred service, not just of yourself and of each other's soul, but of the greater collective. Like, my piece plays a part, big or small. So this is a sacred relationship and a sacred agreement. Just go back to, and with this one, because it's more like the crown chakra, but I would do some tapping on the third eye this week, because Mercury's moved into Taurus. You want to know what your messages are. You want to know what steps to take. You want to know what to put into fruition and what to really, bring into this tangible plane. All of that peachy orange, it's such a celestial archangel color to me. You've got the crown of the purple, so maybe throw some amethyst in there. Citrine, we talked about it. It's the solar plexus, manifestation, energy, and abundance. It's also, most of the citrine we come in contact with is heat-treated amethyst. So I think that's an interplay here of like divine spiriting, putting it under pressure in this world, and then having it be in, 3D manifestation. But this peachiness, like you could maybe get some peach calcite, even carnelian, to get things grounded and to feel supported in what's going on. Or peachy, like coral, these watery, like psychic, there's still something soft but tangible about them. So just remember, there are secret agreements really working their way through things this week. And then our goddess of the week. So additional information that wants to be seen or heard in this reading. This is also the goddess to embrace, to call on for protection, for inspiration, or to kind of mimic this week in order to help the energies go more smoothly and to harness them. This is Yemina. Golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. Okay, you guys, I said it before. I feel like you're going to get invited to things this week, and they may not be the thing that does it for you, but you meet somebody there, and then in a few weeks or a couple months' time, they circle back with an opportunity. There are things that are going to happen this week that you don't realize how important they are. So say yes, show up, it's like about putting yourself out there. Okay. And so she's so gorgeous. Is she a mermaid? She has a fishtail. Yeah. And then you've got the tortoise, back there. Like sea turtles are the oldest living soul on the planet. And then you've got the dolphin energy. So, interestingly enough, the unicorns have a lot of dolphin energy this year. Dolphins are that reminder and the like perfect balance of intuition and intellect. So smart and super intuitive, but they always take time to play. So water this week for sure. Lots of hydration, more tea, less caffeine, baths and showers, and swimming if you can, if you've got that opportunity, lakes and rivers and oceans. Let me read. I don't know that I've ever read her before. Okay, but I like it. I like it when there's like a complete, like, good bow on things for the week. Message from Yemina. Like the ocean, life moves in waves and tides. Timing is everything. So when an opportunity presents itself, you must dive in at that moment. Everything that you've done to prepare yourself will accompany you. I mean, hello, it's just repeating everything. Yet, if you hesitate or procrastinate, another opportunity will surely come along, just as the tides wash in and out continuously. Like the ocean, life is rich with variety and beauty. Enjoy experiencing its various rhythms and allow all doubts to be washed away. Various meanings of this card. Don't hesitate. This is the right thing to do. Your prayers are being answered. Get ready for big and happy change. Celebrate your success. Know that you're qualified and ready for this new opportunity. About Yemina. She's an African and Brazilian goddess who's credited with creating the sea. Every December 31st, people in Brazil celebrate Yemina by casting white flowers and miniature boats upon the sea waters. You can work with Yemina by putting a tiny boat into the water and asking for a wish. If Yemina grants your wish, her waves will swallow the miniature boat, and if she denies the wish, the boat will wash up onto shore. Since the sea is the root of earth life, Yemina's connection to it make for a very powerful and nurturing mother goddess. She is a protector, supplier, and one who grants wishes. Okay, well, I like this week. I was really excited to see what played out, and I like it. So most of you guys made it back into the room after our first, who knows what that was. So let me know what you think about this week so far, because this new moon energy that we're coming off of, it's real. And I mean, it's big. And now we're going into the Fool and into strength and into Yemina as our goddess. I mean, it's really beautiful. So there you go, the week ahead. If you want to book a private reading with me, it's tandygutierrez.com for those. If you want to come and participate in a full moon ritual live, it'll be May 18th here in Brooklyn. Again, when I get this video up, all of the links will be down below for you to come back to. Oh, good. Yeah, hi, Kim. Yeah, on the 18th, it's in the newsletter and it's also at tandygutierrez.com. But on the 18th, so every month here in New York, in Brooklyn, I am doing, oh, hi, Erica. Um, okay, sorry, I'm reading comments and trying to talk at the same time. I can't do that. I'm not any good at it. Every month here in Brooklyn, in Carroll Gardens, in my neighborhood, I'm hosting a full moon ritual. All of the details are in your newsletter. If you get the newsletter from unicornwellness.studio, if you want the newsletter, then go to unicornwellness.studio, scroll down, put your email in the very, very bottom. The information is also at tandygutierrez.com because you will need to purchase a ticket for these events. So it's a full moon ritual. I bumped it to 2 hours because we really need 2 hours to get through everything. We have a little bit of the astro education at the beginning, talking about that particular full moon. Then we move into movement, so 30 minutes of movement on the mat, written in conjunction with that particular full moon energy. Then we get to put our altar up of crystals and flowers and candles, and then I facilitate a guided meditation for you all. And then we're going to have time after for every person in attendance. So there's only 11 spots to do a single card tarot reading for each of you individually there. And then we will transition from the studio room out to have tea together at the end of the last 15 minutes so we can have more of a community aspect and chat about the experience or about the moon and just with each other. So that's what I'm doing. This one is May 18th. I believe it's a Saturday. It's from 4 to 6. We take whatever time we can get in the studio on the actual date of the full moon every month, May, June, and July. I will probably take the month of August off, and then we'll be back around for the fall. So if you all are traveling here, if you want to make an excuse to travel, snatch up your tickets. I think this one's half sold out already. I know people wait till the very end because it's like they don't think about it till the end, and that's fine, but it's limited spacing, so I get it sooner rather than later. And if you want a ticket to the full moon ritual here in Brooklyn, tandygutierrez.com. Okay. What else? You guys, so if you're popping back in, I love that you're here again. I finished the weekly reading already. I'm going to keep that last video up for the beginning because we talked about the moons and the astrology of it. And then I'll post this one also so that you can watch the full reading again. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I just do my very best. Let's see. Oh, Kim, you're going to be here on that Saturday? Get your booty to the full moon ritual. The new moon ritual is not live. Oh, I just answered your question. Okay, good, Katie. Yeah, so here's how, the full moon rituals are live in Brooklyn each month now. I'm totally committed to it, really excited about it, and there's a lot of good energy around them. So I'm going to be doing those here in Brooklyn. I won't have them online because it's just a live in-person experience. On our weekly Mondays, this is always our weekly tarot reading. On Tuesdays, we're just going to make it real official now. The week of the new moon is about the new moon on Tuesday on our live here on YouTube. The week of the full moon will be about our full moon. And then every other Tuesday of the month, we'll talk about the astrology or the information that gets channeled that is being brought to you for your healing. And every Tuesday live on YouTube, I will reserve time for single card tarot pulls every Tuesday. How does that sound? Okay, so that's kind of different and new and I think fun and exciting. And let's just see if we can make better friends with YouTube and everything sticks on here while we're recording. I'm checking on the comments. Oh, is that funny? Like my green? It's funny because when I first had it done, I didn't like it because it looked too transparent, but it looks fabulous on camera, is the thing. And maybe it is, Kim. Totally. Come to the full moon ritual. Yeah, just head over to tandygutierrez.com because it's up there. And I just switched the dates one after the other so that you can buy your ticket. And it's got a little, it'll count down. And I'll tell you guys when they're sold out, if they're sold out. But yes, Kim, come. come out of hiding, come meet your people. There's usually about 3 or 4 members who show up. And again, I'm limiting it to 11. With me in the room, it makes 12. And I think that's just like a perfect number in this space. It's so beautiful and so yummy. We did the first one last month, and I can't wait for the next one and the next one and the next one. And spots are half full already. So if you want to come, snatch up your ticket, because I would really do it sooner rather than later. Okay. Okay, I will post the photo of your card layout on Instagram once we're done here. I'll get this video and the beginning up in that other video. So today there's 2 videos, unbelievable. And what else? Anything? I feel like I always forget something. Please like this video. Go click the little thumbs up. That's very helpful. Please share these with people. You don't even have to share it with a particular person. Just throw it up on your general feed. It's really, really helpful. I'm not too proud to beg to share this work. So if you love the work that you're getting and what I'm putting out there, please share it. It's just how it works. It's how it functions. And I need your help, and I really appreciate it. So I love you all very much for showing up for these, and especially after we kind of got cut off on the first one. So thanks for showing up again on a Monday morning. And I love you all. I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. for our Tangent Tuesday. But I think I'm just going to start calling them Tarot Tuesday. We shift things around here. Okay? I love you guys. If you have any questions about anything, throw a little message down below and I'll answer. Okay? Bye, you guys.